There is something special about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For the first time in history, the tournament will feature 48 teams, more matches, and more opportunities for surprises. But despite the unpredictability of football, some nations are entering the tournament with squads so talented, so dangerous, and so hungry that many experts believe they have a real chance to lift the trophy. And while football always delivers shocks, history shows that World Cups are usually won by teams that combine world-class talent, experience, and momentum. So today, we're counting down the top 5 countries that might win the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And trust me, number 1 should surprise absolutely nobody. Number 5, Portugal. For years, Portugal was known as Cristiano Ronaldo's team, but now something incredible has happened. Portugal no longer depends on one superstar. They have become one of the most complete squads in world football. Players like Rafael Leo, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Vitinha, João Neves, Nuno Mendes, Gonçalo Ramos, and many others have created a team filled with quality in every position. Their midfield is creative, their defense is solid, their attack is explosive, and perhaps the biggest advantage Portugal has is experience. Many of these players have already competed in major tournaments. They understand pressure. They know what it takes to survive knockout football. Portugal already proved they can win international competitions when they conquered Euro 2016. And with a mixture of young stars and experienced leaders, they could go even further in 2026. One thing that makes Portugal dangerous is their flexibility. They can dominate possession, they can counterattack, they can defend deep, and they have players capable of changing games with one moment of brilliance. A World Cup often comes down to those small moments. And Portugal has plenty of players who can produce magic when it matters most. Don't be surprised if they reach the semifinals or even the final. Because this generation might be stronger overall than the one that won Euro 2016. Number 4. England. Every tournament, England enters with enormous expectations. And every tournament, fans dream that football is finally coming home. But unlike previous generations, this England team possesses something rare. Depth. Almost every position has world-class competition. Harry Kane remains one of the deadliest strikers in football. Jude Bellingham has become one of the best midfielders on the planet. Bukayo Saka is devastating on the wings. Phil Foden brings creativity. Declan Rice controls the midfield. Cole Palmer provides brilliance. And the defensive options are stronger than many people realize. For years, England was criticized for wasting talented generations. But this current squad has consistently reached the latter stages of major tournaments. They reached the semi-finals of the 2018 World Cup. They reached the final of Euro 2020. They reached the quarterfinals in Qatar 2022, and they reached another final at Euro 2024. That consistency matters, because winning a World Cup isn't just about talent, it's about learning from heartbreak. It's about surviving pressure. And England has experienced plenty of painful lessons, perhaps enough lessons to finally go all the way. The biggest question remains mentality. Can they handle the pressure that comes with wearing the Three Lions shirt? If they can, England absolutely has the talent to become world champions. Number 3. Spain. Spain may not always dominate headlines, but they might be building something extraordinary. After years of transition following their golden generation, Spain has discovered a new wave of stars. And this new generation looks frightening. Lamine Yamal has emerged as one of the brightest young talents in football. Pedri controls games with elegance. Gavi brings intensity. Nico Williams offers speed and unpredictability. Rodri provides balance and leadership, and their defense remains organized and disciplined. Spain's greatest weapon has always been their football intelligence. They don't panic, they control games, they wear opponents down, they force mistakes. And when Spain finds its rhythm, very few teams can stop them. Winning Euro 2024 reminded the world that Spain is back among football's elite. And by 2026, many of their young stars will be entering their prime years. That's a scary thought for the rest of the world. Because Spain combines youth with technical excellence, they don't rely on individual moments. They function as a unit, and tournaments are often won by teams rather than individuals. If their young stars continue to develop, Spain could easily lift their second World Cup trophy. Number 2, Brazil. Whenever a World Cup approaches, one country automatically enters the conversation. Brazil, 5-time world champions. The most successful nation in World Cup history, and perhaps the nation most deeply connected to football itself. Brazil has always been associated with magic, with flair, with joy, with unforgettable moments. And once again, they possess extraordinary talent. Vinicius Jr. has become one of the best players in the world. Rodrigo continues to grow. Rafinha brings speed and creativity. Their midfield possesses technical quality. Their defenders are experienced, and the next generation of Brazilian talent never stops arriving. What makes Brazil dangerous is their ability to produce game changers. One dribble, one pass, one piece of brilliance. And everything changes. But Brazil's recent World Cups have ended in disappointment. 2014 brought humiliation against Germany. 2018 ended in heartbreak against Belgium. 2022 finished with penalties against Croatia. Those painful exits have left scars, but sometimes scars create champions, because great football nations always find a way to rise again. And Brazil's hunger for a sixth World Cup trophy is stronger than ever. No opponent ever feels comfortable facing Brazil, because history, confidence, and talent make them one of the most feared teams on earth. And finally, number 1. France. If one nation looks built for World Cup success, it's France. Their depth is simply unbelievable. In fact, France could almost field 2 world-class teams. Kylian Mbappé remains one of the most devastating players in football. Their midfield options are incredible. Their defense is packed with elite players, and perhaps most importantly, they have experience. France won the World Cup in 2018. They reached the final again in 2022. Very few teams possess that kind of consistency, and consistency wins tournaments. France has mastered knockout football. They know how to suffer, they know how to defend, they know how to score, and they know how to win ugly. That's what separates champions from entertainers. Many teams play beautiful football, but France understands how to survive. And survival is everything in a World Cup. Another advantage is their endless production of talent. Every year new stars emerge, young players step up. Competition inside the squad remains fierce. No player can relax, everyone fights for their place, and that hunger creates excellence. Of course, football doesn't follow predictions. Injuries happen, underdogs rise, favorites collapse. That's why we love the World Cup. Nobody predicted Croatia reaching the final in 2018. Nobody expected Morocco to make history in 2022. And 2026 will undoubtedly deliver new surprises. But if talent, depth, experience, and momentum mean anything, France enters the tournament as perhaps the strongest candidate to become world champions once again. Still, one thing is certain. The 2026 FIFA World Cup promises to be unforgettable. Heroes will be born, legends will be made, dreams will come true. And somewhere one nation will stand above the rest and lift the most prestigious trophy in football. The only question is, who will it be?